Okay, everybody, welcome to Neverwinter. My name's Alistair. Today we're going to be looking at the fighter's powers. Now, the fighter is an interesting class. It's the only DPS class that has a shield rather than a dodge or a sprint, which can be very useful in some situations, but also a little bit difficult, especially when you're trying to keep up with the rest of the group. It does have a few abilities that allow it to sprint a little bit, but overall it does lack a little bit in that speed for AoE. Now, starting off, we're going to look at our AoE powers. So, go through to the power section, and the feats that I found don't really change between single and AoE, as they, for the most part, benefit both. Trip attack for your first feat, this is going to be on your single target, but the other one is weight of vengeance. And honestly, I think it just works better just to have the single feat section for this entire class. Repeated slam. Tremor now grants the effect of bringing enemies towards you. This goes really nicely with my tremor here. Draws the enemies in, allowing me to hit more enemies. We've got crushing blows. 20% chance on hit to deal a crushing blow, consuming 5 vengeance to deal an additional 150 magnitude damage. No effect if the vengeance range is below 5. Over here we've got land wash. Grants Earth Shaker the effect of applying Land Washer. The vengeance gauge is above 50%. Allows the execution of Shockwave with no action points by activating Earth Shaker Shatter again. Does not doing so costs 50 vengeance. And here we've got Bloody Reprise. Basically just giving you your vengeance back sooner. We have Plow to the Road, Shield Slam, deals an additional 200 magnitude damage and consumes 10 vengeance. No effect if your vengeance gauge is below 10. And always Spiteful. At the start of combat, your vengeance gauge is below 55%. Your vengeance gauge is set to 55%. Really, really, really good for that AoE setup. Now, let's have a look here. So, going back over, we're going to go up to our encounter powers. And we are going to be looking at our Shield Slam. Now, Shield Slam has gained that bonus from the feat, giving a little bit more damage in the enhanced magnitude. And that's going to do a nice little knockdown, holding your enemies still. We have got Tremor, and which is obviously going to bring enemies in and do a damage. And Onslaught, which is just our big sort of damage around us hit. So we're going to go X, then we're going to go Y, and then we're going to go B in that order. Now, here we have got effectively 4 powers. You can attack while your shield is up, which is nice. But you've also got your main attack. So you've got your Heavy Slash, which I use on right trigger for my single target. It also increases damage dealt to that target that you've hit. And you can animation cancel this one. And then you've got Reeve, which does a 60 magnitude for a radius of 6 and a range of 45. So quite a long ranged line. And for our daily powers, I almost forgot. We have got Earthshaker, which is your main AoE daily. And then you've got Mowdown, which is your single target AoE. So going into combat, I've got no rage. And then I go in. And as you see, I've got none. And so I need to make sure that I'm going to be getting it back by holding my shield in locked position. So I can go in. I can do my encounters, and then I can just use my at wills to bring my rage back up. And as you see here, this is your main at will for AoE, and it does drain your vengeance gauge. So you need to lock up that shield a bit more often, give you that rage, lock it up, give you that rage, that vengeance, and just go back and forth between the two. And then for your encounters, it's just X to bring them in, Y to hit them, and then B to hit them again, and then back to gaining that vengeance back. At wills, vengeance, at wills, and you need to find that nice balance between the two. Very frustrating. As a class, I don't particularly enjoy playing it, but it's there and it works. Now for your daily power, you're going to use, in this case, the X button, and boom, there you go. You'll see what that looks like there. And my rage goes back, vengeance goes back up, and I can start hitting again. As you see, for AoE, it can pack a punch. I'm not the best at playing fighter. I don't normally play fighter. It's not my main class. And so we are going to now go and look at our single target. Head over to the boss dummies. Here we go. We'll proc this guy. Oh, there we go. And we'll proc our boss dummy. So, over here, we have got a changeover on our class features using combat superiority, just gaining a bit more damage, and enduring vengeance. As you see here, for every 10 seconds that your vengeance gauge is above 50%, you gain stacks of enduring vengeance, increasing your damage dealt by 1%, stack up to 5 times. You can use other things, but this is just what I've personally found to work for me. And then your daily power is mow down. You're going to combine knee breaker with trip attack. Trip attack, increasing the damage of knee breaker, and granting combat advantage, which is really, really nice. You can use other powers, but I like this because if you're running something like a Tiamat, it just grants you that little bit more damage. For the Y, Griffin's Wrath, a 1350 magnitude hit, absolutely massive. And then Anvil of Doom, doing 850 or so. Yeah, that's fine. Anvil of Doom doing that, sorry, 880 magnitude damage. You can use an AoE one in place of Anvil of Doom if you like, if there's a bit of a mixed target damage situation. But, you know, your Onslaught, for example, but it's not overly necessary. We're going to look at single target, but if you do want to, you could put Onslaught or something on that just does that little bit extra in an AoE, like knockdown or maybe a pull-in sort of ability. And then it's the same too here. You got your AoE for the AoE situations, and you got your heavy slash, which is how you're going to build your vengeance. So heavy slash is you're holding down your at will, and actually you can, if you get it right, animation cancel it, so you can use your at will and gain back your vengeance at the same time. So all I'm doing is I'm holding down my at will, so my left trigger, doing my heavy slash, and I'm using my right bumper and animation cancelling it to give me back my my vengeance. And then once I've got it back, I'll then use my 3 encounter powers, and then I'll use my heavy slash, and I will just keep triggering that animation cancel. And that's the optimum way of getting back your vengeance while still attacking at the same time. Just animation cancelling it like this. And then you've got your 3 encounters, and then back to your animation cancel of your at will. For the artifact call, I'll show you with 2 Tactician's Precision and 1 Cavalry's Haste. And it's going to look like this. Make sure your vengeance gauge is full. You're going to drop your artifact, do your 3 encounter powers, do your daily power, your single target one, use your mount item, use your 3 encounter powers, and by this point you will be finishing your artifact call down to 50% vengeance, and then it's just a matter of at wills with animation cancel until you get back up. Now, obviously I've got Tactician's Precision on and my Cavalry's Haste. So what I'll do is I will take off my Cavalry's Haste and Tactician's Precision, so you can see what it looks like if you don't have these bonuses. Perfect. So I'll pop it up. Let me quickly, or slowly I should say, run over here and get my daily back, like this, and run back over here, and there we go. Excellent. Now I need to get my vengeance back up. I'm still not great at this animation cancelling yet, but I'm doing okay at it right now. Perfect. Right. and ready for the artifact call. So it will be artifact, my 3 encounter powers, my daily power, my belt item, and then back to my slashes. Now, as you see, I've got tons of time left in the artifact call, so I can really benefit from those tactician's precisions and that cavalry's haste. But as you see, the fighter single target is genuinely a very easy build to play. It just feels a little bit clunky. Power setups are pretty simple, and you can just change by pressing the Y button, because you don't really need to change your feats over all that much. Excellent. And so you're going to find you're going to struggle a little bit in AoE just to catch up with people, because obviously you're going to be a bit slower, so building into movement speed might be a good idea. But overall, the fighter DPS, especially in single target, is a very good class to play. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you next time.